Welcome to the Sports Betting Preview Show, a pregame.com podcast. This is segment 4 of 4, Big Game Preview. We're going to take a look at a baseball series for this weekend, preview the 3 days. Going to talk about the Colorado Rockies invading the Atlanta Braves. That series starts on Friday night. I'm Marco D'Angelo, joined by Vegas Runner. VR, tell me what you know about this series, and we'll break this down. Last week I will say that the Colorado Rockies was a team that I said I thought was value for future wagering. I think this team is a team that is going to improve this year. They came on strong the second half of last year, and if you remember a couple years back,
the year prior, they went on that run. Picked up a lot of experience.
So I think this team, with they had some youth, they're a little bit older, a little more experienced. Starting pitching is always going to be a problem for Colorado because their numbers are going to be skewed. Because
where you're playing the park factor.
With that thin air and a ball, you just watch the ball fly there. But I think this is a team that can make some noise, this year. A lot of people think the Braves are a team to be reckoned with this year because of that pitching staff.
Yeah, up until the season started, that's all we were hearing, that they might be that team that, passes the Phillies. They might be that spark in the National League that, surprises everyone and comes out and has that banner year. And a lot of people were talking about the Braves. And so far, they're just a 500 ball club. They have, it's early in the season, don't get me wrong, but they haven't come out surprising anyone, doing anything spectacular even in their wins. On the flip side, I'm interested in this series to see, can Colorado win on the road? Because they're sitting at 5-3 as we tape this, but those wins came at home. They won the first game of the year on the road in Milwaukee, but lost the next two. Even though they did put up some runs, they ended up losing. So they're 1-2 on the road, and I really want to see, how does this team, are they capable of winning on the road? We know they're going to win some games in Colorado. They do every year. The key, I think, to this team, like it is every year, is can they do it on the road? Because we always saw how different their stats were, individual stats were, playing at home compared to playing in the road. Guys batting 400 at home, batting only 250 on the road. So that's why I'm interested to watch this series. More importantly, I agree with you 100%. Colorado's loaded. I really think this team, no one's talking about them. And when I broke the club down, they're loaded. A lot of their pitching isn't healthy right now, and yet I'm impressed with their starters. I've been impressed with their bullpen. They're playing better than the the Braves pitchers have been pitching. Their bullpen, I think, has pitched better than the Braves has. So I think they have a pitching edge, believe it or not, going into this one. And the Braves have not hit the ball at all season, Marco. I think that's going to be a problem for this team. Looking at their lineup, I don't know where they're going to get all this power from. I don't see it.
Everybody thought that this was the up-and-coming team in the East. But the Friday night matchup, we got Hamill versus Lowe.
Yeah.
And I actually like this matchup, and this came close for me being my free pick. Instead, we went with the basketball game. But Hamill in his last outing, it's kind of a misleading line. He gave up 4 runs in 7 innings, but all the runs came basically in 1 inning. He had 1 bad inning, and then he regrouped and settled down and really pitched a good ball game. I think after him settling down in that game and finding his groove, it's going to carry over into this start. Derek Lowe, on the other hand, even though he's 2-0,
run support he ended up getting.
He got a ton of run support.
Yeah.
And
they were the only games the Braves hit.
He has not been overpowering. In that start, he walked 7 batters in 6 innings of work. He was dancing through the raindrops that whole game, had runners on base, and was just getting out of jam after jam. I think that comes back and catches up to him. Plus, you have the factor, Atlanta plays today. We're taping on Thursday. They play a 6:30 Eastern game on the West Coast in San Diego. Then they got to turn around, fly east to start this series on Friday night. That's a horrible scheduling situation. It benefits Colorado. I like Colorado on the Friday night game. I think they grabbed the first game of the series.
I like Colorado as well. I think any game in this series, you could back them because they're going to be a dog. And at plus money, I think they're a play on pretty much every game, especially if you see a left-hander go for the Braves and there's a good dog price on Colorado, jump on it because they're just killing left-handed pitching. I mean, they're batting over 300 against lefties. So you see a lefty go up for the Braves, it's a matchup you want to go against and definitely ride Colorado. Like I said when we started, I'm impressed with this Colorado team. I still need to be sold by watching them win a series like this. They don't have to sweep the Braves, but don't come out of there 1-2. Don't get swept. Win the series. You win a series like this early in the season on the road. I think it's good for the club. It's a springboard for them going forward. That we dominated home. We could beat a good team on the road. And I think that's the key to baseball. When teams go in and they just win series, then they start to add up, going 2-1s. You win series, next thing you know, you're in the playoffs.
The key to Colorado is if they can play 500 ball on the road, they will walk away with the West.
Exactly.
The West is not strong. Everybody's, the Dodgers just on, name and stars and Joe Torre.
Exactly.
But talent-wise, the Dodgers, they've got some good, starting pitching, but they're another ball club. Most of these teams in the West are going to have to scratch and claw.
Look at San Fran.
For every
Look
run.
at San Fran.
San Diego, San Fran. They're all going to be searching
winning
for power.
2-1 games. Like you were saying.
Arizona, they struggle for runs at times too. This Colorado team, they can score runs.
Yeah.
They've got some pitching.
They do this year. I like their pitching, how they're... So, I mean, it's early. But so far, their pitching staff has impressed me. Their relief pitchers have impressed me. And all this talk about the Braves and their bullpen, I'm really not that impressed. I know JoJo Reyes is on the injured list, but still, I mean, your closer's Billy Wagner, dude. Yeah. 11 years in the league.
In several teams. And
you know what I'm saying? How confident are you in that closer against this kind of lineup? So I like Colorado at the dog price.
I like him in game one. Do you like anything in that second matchup on Saturday? Jimenez and who's pitching for Atlanta? I can't say this guy's name.
Yeah, there's
a lot of vowels.
Yeah.
He's pitched well.
Jimenez was a stud that year. And then, I think he was a little overpowering is what it was. His command was the issue. He was trying to throw too hard, I think, for a starter. And this year, if he could put it together and have another season like that magical year where they went on that tear late in the season to get to the playoffs, he's going to carry this team, pretty far.
The Braves starter on Saturday, his last 22 starts, he's got an ERA of 3.45, and what I like is this will be his first career start against Colorado, and I always truly believe that it's a huge advantage for the pitcher the first time.
Sure.
So,
especially the first time through the lineup, I like to look for unders in them situations, them first 5 unders. Don't forget, there's so many different wagers you can make in today's era, man. You could take advantage of so many opportunities. Don't ever be afraid.
That's actually a very good point on, when you've got a rookie, starting,
under the first 5, baby, because they haven't seen him throw.
Right. And then you can make some nice team totals too.
Exactly.
Bet against the team, taking the under on a team total. So some really good stuff. That's going to wrap up the preview of the Colorado Rockies and the Atlanta Braves. We're in agreement. We like Colorado on the Friday matchup. I got a small lean to Atlanta on the Saturday matchup. And you can check out all of our videos at pregame.tv. And remember, you can always download and listen. Just go to iTunes, search pregame.com. You'll be able to find all of our podcasts. For Vegas Runner, I'm Marco D'Angelo. Thanks for watching us. We'll be back next week. Good luck with all of your wagers. Enjoy the start of the playoffs. That's the time of the year we wait for. Have a great week, guys.